I'm coming, y'all. Computer slow.
That's all right. I'm saying observing my rocks. I'm gonna cut it down into some jewelry. Got this big agate rock that I got to cut down. Oh, we own now that can't tell the world my business.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. I said after we all the recordings and YouTubes and stuff are not on. People be trying to steal my stuff, like Ayana.
Now,
Look,
please
don't fight with
don't
me.
fight
Don't fight with
today.
me. I can't. I can't. I'm
Ain't
at
we no.
work. I gotta be
She's
professional.
she
I'm gonna
started
start
with me
cooking.
over a text
No,
message. I was like, I ain't never seen about argue over no text message.
but I had to
I'm like,
go
I'm
there
not.
because I told you I wasn't gonna be talking that much. It's all good. Ain't
I
nothing but
wasn't.
love.
This is true. I wasn't gonna say nothing to you. I was like, all right. I started shouting when I saw that.
Ooh, I'm
I
not
won't be
messing with
talking this
you.
much. I know. I mess with you too. I ain't got nothing but time. Got a little time.
What's this? I got 30 more minutes at work, so
Look at there. They put y'all right in there for all day and all night, ain't it?
I even tell you, I'm in a glass bowl. I feel like when I get on my phone, that I got to be putting my hands on the glass like you in prison,
Mm-hmm.
and you and people coming to visit me, you be like, I miss you.
Here we
Korean.
be
But
exactly.
but look, social distancing is my new religion. I believe in that.
I ain't
6
mad. Well,
weeks.
hey, I've been trying to do that, but Ray keeps saying it. Ray keep telling you can come back to the station. I've been saying that.
All right, there we go. Tag
Okay,
in the
you
face.
guys. So I will start with doing. Let me start and do the intro real quick. Hey, you guys! You have tuned into WRUU LP
LP
Savannah,
Savannah,
Georgia,
Georgia,
107.5 FM.
FM
WRUU.org. We are Savannah
Savannah
Sounding
Soundings
Community
Community
Radio
Radio
with
with
Global
Global
Soul.
Soul.
So
Yes, it is Friday night. It's at 8
Friday
o'clock,
clock,
right?
Friday
That
clock,
means it's
Friday
Friday
clock,
o'clock.
Friday
And
clock,
Friday
Friday
o'clock
clock.
means it is time for Let's See Who My Friends Are. I'm your host here, Ray Carr, the fit hypnotist, the one and only.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, the fit hypnotist here. And also in the virtual station tonight, I have with me my co-host, Mr.
Hey, this is your ear candy, your social voice radio, the only and one GQ Smooth.
Yes, GQ
Yeah,
Smooth, the
yeah,
ear candy ladies, the ear candy.
yeah.
Um, also here with us in the virtual station is Miss.
hey everybody, this is Ayana Daily. Chilling out. Still don't have a hashtag, y'all. Just doing me.
Also hanging out with us tonight, we have another usual suspect here hanging out in the virtual station. We have with us Mr.
Oh, Carmack Entertainment Star Quality. Boom, there you go. Yes. I didn't
Perfect.
know I was a suspect tonight, but that's okay. That's cool. That's cool.
And tonight, you guys, we have the pleasure of having Miss Tina Ramsay in here with us
Ooh.
tonight. I recently met Tina doing some, online business networking and such, and it warmed my heart to bring her here. We have a bunch in common, so it's good to hear her perspective tonight. She is gonna hang out with us and do our interview, the Let's See Who My Friends Are way, and we'll get to know her tonight. So Tina, thank you so very much for hanging out with us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we will start off like we usually do. I say to you guys, how was your week? And how will your weekend be? We just want to catch up and we want to see, what your plans are. So, Miss Tina, since you are our guest and our guest of honor here tonight, how was your week, love? And how will your weekend be?
My week was very productive and fulfilling because I was able to help some ladies in need with what I do. And this weekend, I really want some R&R, some rest and
You
relaxation.
like, all right,
You know what? I think you are probably the busiest person I've heard during this doggone quarantine. She is going and going. And as she said, she was able to help some women with what she does. Um, we'll get to that real quick, right? We'll get to that really, really soon. So let's go around. Ayana, how was your week and how will your weekend be?
Well, my week was pretty good. I got called back into work. As you can see in my nice haberdashery, they try to make everything. Yes, that was a made up word because I feel like I'm in the zoo. Y'all, I got glass everywhere, and you keep your social distancing. So, but it's good to be back at work, even though I got fired from my unemployment job that they didn't pay. They were supposed to pay good, but
Did they pay though?
right? But it's all good. I think I'm like the first person who got fired from unemployment, but that's all good. This weekend, I'll probably be back at work and enjoying one day. I'm not quite ready to get out there and mingle with the rest of the folks out there, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad some normalcy back in my life. So that's what
Good,
up.
good, good. Corinne, Carmack, how was your week, love? How will your weekend be?
Hey, why is my phone not unmuted? All right, there. I just want to say I like the word haberdashery. I'm going to have to use that now. I'll make sure I give you. I love haberdashery. Yes, my week, my week was awesome. Actually, I have really no complaints. I think there was some other situations that reminded me, like during everything going on, how bad things could be. But I'm fortunate, and like Miss Tina said, honestly, I'm gonna try to do some R&R this weekend too. I still have some video editing to do, but I don't have to go out and film and be around people and stuff. So I'm just going to fall back. I'm going to stay in my little cave and edit and just chill and enjoy some wine and call it a day.
That's what I'm talking about. GQ, you over there, you look like you still having a good doggone week. How was your week?
My weekend was great for the most part. Great for the
Mm.
most part. Great for the. I mean, we had some a sad event this week, but we celebrated in style. I sent my great uncle off to that good old glory land. We sent them off in style. So we got to see family. It might have been a sad occasion, but it was always good to see the family that we did see on this side. So we celebrated a little bit and had a good little time seeing the family. After we had some sad times, we did that social distance thing though. We was safe. So I'll be looking like what y'all would do. We were safe. We were safe. It was good. My job they was trying to stress me out, but I said, nope, I ain't gonna do it. They said, do it for the vine. I said, I ain't gonna do it. They said, do it for the vine. I said, I ain't gonna do it. They said, do it for the vine. I said, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. There you go.
I think we got it. You wasn't gonna
Do
do
you
it.
do you got it? But anyway, it was good. It was good. It was great. Everything was groovy for the most
Yeah.
part. It's Friday now. When I finally figured out what the day was, I was like, oh, I got to do nothing for work tomorrow. Good. Even though I was playing some stuff and stuff. Carmack said he's staying at the house. I'm getting him out. We going out. We going to every place that's closed. See, I
Okay.
did that because we the only ones in there. We going to every place that's
Wait,
closed.
what?
We're going to every place that's closed.
How you
That's right. So we be the only ones there. So I ain't got to
Okay,
worry about distance. We'll be there.
I
How you
got you. I got you. That's smart. And then okay. Comments, you ready
Listen.
for that? You ready
um
for that?
Am I ready?
Okay.
Yes. I was like going to closed places.
So
So other than that, everything
Silence.
was great. It's gonna be great. We're gonna keep on keeping on.
Hey, good. And how will your weekend be? You say you going out, you taking Carmack out?
Yeah, he's gonna stay in the haberdashery. No, we going out. We're gonna have we might have some hateration, but we need a hateration in this dance. We're gonna have a whole dancery. As Mary J would say, then we're gonna have a dance ring.
Okay, wonderful.
Ray, you invited as long as you wear your mask.
I'm not coming.
That's nothing new.
So my week was it was okay. It was one of those, quarantine weeks, you know what I mean? A lot of time, a lot of focus, a lot of, looking at yourself, and a lot of doing your best to stay in a space of productivity and things like that. So it was an okay week. I'm sleeping more. Found out, yeah. From walking, I'm sleeping more. I'm walking more
I say
and
you begin your
sleeping
walk
more.
on. You get your walk
Yes,
on.
I've been having a good time doing that, and that allows me to read and get some good books and things in as I'm walking. So that has been good. Meet some wonderful people, and come and get to do this. So the other people's topics
What about your
of
weekend?
today
About your weekend?
was, or the
What about
opt-in topic
your
of the
weekend?
day is,
No.
the
What about your
opt-in
weekend?
topic of the
I see
day
your weekend though,
is,
but okay.
I seen this question, or I seen this funny meme on Facebook that was like, when are you personally coming out of quarantine? Right? Because it's like a handful of states that that just kind of really lifted a lot of the restrictions. So the other people's topics tonight is, when are you personally coming off of quarantine, meaning that you're going to be out there doing kind of going about life as regular,
When my
right?
job start back, when schools start back regularly, that's when I'm gonna start going back.
Gotcha. What
Yeah.
about yourself, Miss Tina?
45 to 60 days after everybody else go out. So I can see what happened when they go out,
Exactly.
and then I can gauge whether or not I want to go out. If I see them numbers going down, then I'll go out. If not, if it's going up, I'm staying home.
Exactly.
She got it down. She said 45 to 60 days. You know what? I like you need to go work for the CDC. What about yourself, Ayana? When are you, well, speak on that.
Wait. First of all, I guess I got initiated to be on the front line. So I'm already out here. Because obviously I'm not at home because I'm at work. So I'm y'all just keep an eye on me. Just make sure I got to fill out this survey to see how the situation is. And I'll report back to you. Hopefully it's not
Yeah.
in coughs and sneezes. But
we gonna start going back to restaurants and stuff, since restaurants open and stuff. Go back to we gonna start going to restaurants.
I'm shipping drive. I'm shipping drive. I'll eat in the park before I go sit at something right now. I'm
So you gonna stay quarantined.
Now what? I told you social distancing is my new religion. For as far as me and my house, we gonna practice 6 feet apart.
Gotcha. And yourself, Kareem, when are you?
Okay, there we go. What is going on with technology today? I was like, disrespectful. I've hit this button. Anyway, tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Well, let's see, a couple of spots are back open in town. I don't personally feel like Savannah fully really shut down anyway, but I mean, it kind of did because downtown was dead like 2 weeks ago, except for the park was like party central. But I was just joking. I'm not waiting 40, 60 some days of me, at this point, I'll take my chances, practice. Because even in 40 or 60 days, I feel like too, some people are still gonna, unless they, some of the states who have mandates, whereas like you have to come out with the mask or certain things, or certain places might require it. Like, you ain't gonna really know who to trust and who still got what and who might not got what. They saying that this could probably last well into the fall anyway, or maybe early part of next year. So I'm like, either I'm just gonna continue to stay indoors anyway, or I'm just gonna do me and just go out there. As far
Gotta
as
bring that foolishness back in here.
I think
you
most
were
of the places.
out to close habitations.
What now?
You said you was how you gonna to bring the foolishness back here, but you said you're gonna take me out to closed places.
Cause ain't nobody in there. You going where other people gonna be at.
I'm telling you, I think for me, however, I think certain things have to go back to a regular moving pace. I have to start
Oh, of
seeing
course.
clients, but it's just going to be different. We'll be a little, for their safety and comfort and for my own, we'll be separate. But I think a lot of the places that I like to go anyway, I'm usually going solo. So it's not, I tend to maintain my distance anyway, um, and just go to those places that are typically open, like the grocery store, things like that. So I don't know. I'm interested to see. I'm like you, Tina. I'm like, I want to see what's going on. And then, kind of stick my head out there. But I'm very excited to be quote unquote free, right? Um, I'm ready for the ability to choose if it is I want to go out or when it is that I want to go out. But Tina, if you can unmute your mic for me, I want to say again, thank you so much for coming here and being with us this evening. Let's See Who My Friends Are is really just an opportunity for us to get to know you and to get to know, what it is you do and how you do what you do and, all of those wonderful things. So again, thank you for coming and being here. But tell us, I like to ask people, one of the first questions is like, who are you in the community, right? Who are you if I came to where you live, and we'll get that in a second. If I came to where you live and I said, I'm looking for Tina Ramsay, who will people say, you are, or how will they point you out to me or to us?
Well, I can't say how they will say for me, but this is what I think they will say. I am the voice for the unheard. Everyone that knows me knows that I like to advocate for individuals, organizations, and people within those organizations that are not heard. And I advocate for them in order for them to have a positive platform. It's like I'm very passionate about health and wellness. I'm very passionate about female wellness. I'm very passionate about children with special needs. So anything that's dealing with someone or somebody that's not getting the respect that they deserve, you're more than likely see them there in the trenches, doing volunteer work, finding out what they need, looking, trying to pull resources together so they can get what they need, and also share with the world about this group of people that needs to be heard and that need to pay attention and need possibly get some support. So community advocate and volunteer. That just happens to have a business.
All right.
Perfect. I love it. Where are you from, Tina? Because we hear the accent, you know what I mean?
Oh, child, I try to hide it, but that twang come out. All right, I am originally from Bennettsville, South Carolina, born and raised, and then later on I moved just a little bit farther down in South Carolina. I'm close to Columbia, South Carolina, and so you will see me a lot in Columbia, South Carolina, and smaller towns, anywhere that people need me and the services and resources that I provide. I do my very best to go there and figure out what they need and try to put together resources for them to have what they need in regards to female wellness, empowerment, overall wellness for the family, dealing with mindset, positivity, true sisterhood and brotherhood, all that stuff. I do it, and I have to do it with a smile and humor. So sometimes you might see me dancing around, singing, doing different things, but I'm still sharing the information because I want everyone to know that health and wellness can be fun. It don't have to be boring. It can be fun. Empowerment can be fun. Supporting each other should be a regular way of life. And so just getting in and changing the mindset and showing that we can work together. We can work together.
So I'm hearing a bunch of different things that you're very passionate about. You say health and wellness, and one of the reasons why I think that I gravitate to you, and like I say, we have a similar story, and I'll let you tell your story, is our path to health and wellness. So could you tell us a little bit about why health and wellness is such a passion for you, and your own story about your journey so far?
Well, in 2005, at about 25, 26 years old, I had a stroke. I had a stroke and I was paralyzed from the waist down, which I lost all of my short-term memory. So anything that was a year prior to my stroke, I had no recollection of it. So within that span, I had a daughter. My daughter was 6 months old when I had my stroke. I had no recollection that I had a baby, nor was I a mother because she was my first child. And just coming into grasp, because it was not like an atypical stroke, the different signs and symptoms. It was like a regular day. I went to sleep that night, and then when I woke up the next morning, I couldn't move my legs. I couldn't remember where I was. And I was on a lot of doctor medication, about 12 pills a day, and 4 inhalers, because I had a compromising immune system. I had asthma, mitral valve prolapse, lupus, and different side effects that came along with the medicine that they was giving me to help one thing, well, it created a whole lot of other things. And so even down to this day, no one really can explain why this happened. Like the things that I experienced so young in my life, dealing with having bladder issues that was incurred by the medication. I was always in a circle with older people who had strokes, people who had heart attacks. And when I came in the room, they always looked at me like, baby, why are you here? You are a baby. And I mean, there were 60, 70, 80 years. I'm like, because I have a stroke, I can't walk. I don't know what. And so, and I really was chronically depressed because my situation, being a young woman, being a mom and a wife, I could not take care of myself. I had to depend on my parents to take care of me, my husband, and even help me take care of my daughter. And so being a person that always liked to help someone else, and now I have to rely on other people to help me, and I had no solution to my problem. But one day I had an aha moment. I was laying in the bed, could not move, and I looked at my situation. And from that moment, I decided I am not going to allow this to be my story. I am not going to allow this to be my story. So they telling me I will not walk again. They telling me that I basically just come to terms with your new life. And I said, no, this is not for me. I'm going to figure this out. And once I figure this out, I'm going to walk again. I'm going to dance again. Now, some might say I can't dance at will, but I don't care. Because my legs can move.
You need some 2 steps. I'm saying stand up for the people on camera. Let you know you can use your legs. That's what I'm talking about.
My legs moving, child.
Yeah, stand up on the camera. Don't have me doing. We on that camera. Stand up one time for them. Shout one time. Let me shout.
I know that's right. So basically, people start watching what I was doing because they saw me in a wheelchair. They saw me go from a wheelchair to a walker to a cane to eventually walking and now being independently walking. And it was like, how in the world did you go from that to this? And I was like, well, first of all, you have to get your mind right.
Exactly. It starts in the mind.
You have to get your mind right. You have to be your own healthcare advocate. You have to believe and have faith that this is not going to be your story. And what you believe is going to happen, even if the odds are stacked up against you. You have to believe it, even if people who tell you they're supposed to know everything, they tell you, well, you just got to deal with it. No, I refuse to believe that. And through that, and along with making healthy choices with my food, learning how to use the power of food, not just eating it just to fulfill hunger, but eating it to fulfill my life, to keep me alive. And then using essential oils, learning how your body and your body systems work, learning how to adjust, learning how to put the right things in your body that's dealing with the conditions or symptoms that you have, and using it to heal your own body, or at least give you a measure of health that you're not accustomed to because of your situation. So I tell people, you might not have perfect health, but at least you want to have a good measure of health that you can maintain. So, and that's what I'm doing. And so I share my story in hopes of inspiring someone who has diabetes, someone who has asthma, was on 4 medications like me, someone who had leaky heart valves like me, that now my heart valves are not leaking. Let them know that there are some things that you can do. It's some things within your power that you can do to help yourself. Don't give up. If you give up on you, then it's over. You cannot give up on you. And it's going to take time. Let's be realistic. It's going to take time, but you can definitely do it, and you can do it well, and you can be the inspiration to somebody else. And so that's what I tell everyone. And they were like, you had a stroke? I'm like, yeah. A stroke don't have to be a death sentence. A heart attack does not have to be a death sentence. Your diagnosis of any condition does not have to be a death sentence, not unless you allow it. Not unless you allow it. And so basically that's what I do. I share my story with a little bit of tears, a little bit of laughter, in order to, and then and people start asking me, well, what do you use? And what do you do? Because I was just basically sharing information, but I want to know what you use. And so later on, individuals like, Tina, what you do is amazing. You are doing philanthropy. You have a business. Go ahead and make it real, make it permanent. And then this will help you be able to do more. And so that's why I decided to make it official, so to speak, and with the legal paperwork, because it was already official. I was doing it anyway, but making it legal with the laws of the land. And so that I can get more help and more resources in order to take it to the next step and help children and help moms and help men see that we can do it. We can definitely do it. It takes time. Yes, you have to learn your body. Everybody's body is different, but we learn everything else. So we can learn how to take care of ourselves in the best way that's good for our body. Because everybody's body is a little bit different. We have to do a little bit different things. But now they don't see lupus. Go to the doctor, get my checkup. They're like, wait a minute. Where the lupus is not showing up in your eyes, because the lupus was affecting my eyes and my internal organs, like my lungs. And it was very scar tissue, all the 9 yards. And now it's not there anymore. And so they was like, what are you doing? I'm like, you never understand, nor would you believe that natural stuff did all this for me. And I'm not going to go back and forth with you about why this, that, and the third, why I'm not taking your medicine anymore. Because for me, it don't work. Now, for somebody else, it might work for them. But for me, it did not work.
So you said earlier, people have to become their own health advocates.
Yes.
I know medication is one of the ways that we battle with physicians, because it's like, here's some medication, take it. It should make you good. Come back in 6 months or whatever and let us know, what fell off your body, right? Come and let us know side effects. But outside of that, what other challenges did you have, in just advocating for yourself with physicians, or just, throughout your battle?
Well, I'm going to say this. I am not against all Western medicine, because I believe that all of it serves a purpose. And so I don't want everyone to go and take up and just throw away all your medication. That's not what I'm advocating. That is not what I'm saying. Because for the simple fact is this: it's a process of getting your body purged from the chemicals. Because when we start taking medicine, our body develop a dependency on it. And when we take that away, it's almost like a drug addict stop cold turkey. That's not a good thing to do. You have to allow your body to adjust to normalcy, also putting in to replace what the chemical is not doing, replacing it with something natural. And it's a process. So,
sure.
but what I am going to say is this, is that I basically had to learn how to stop allowing what other people thoughts and different stuff affect me. When I know that something is working for me, I have to be confident enough and strong enough to say, I appreciate your opinion, because my goal is not to argue with them. It's to find some common ground. So I just say, okay, I appreciate your decision. I appreciate you sharing your opinion with me, but this is my body, and I decide ultimately what's going to be the final say with my body. So if you're truly here for my health care, even though you don't agree with it, you should still have enough respect for me like I have for you, in order to listen to you for number one, and then you listen to me number two, because this is communication. And if I tell you that this is something that I don't want to do, number one, I don't need you to pressure me, because I already made up my mind. And you can't change my mind. I made up my mind. However, I decided that I'm going to go another course. I appreciate you, but I'm going another way. So, and then some doctors, like I had my last doctor was absolutely amazing, because she understood the power of food. And I feel like that doctor really got pushed out of that particular agency, because she was going towards more natural approach to medicine and different stuff like that. Like, she put you on medication, but she did it for a certain amount of time. And then she was like, okay, I want you to start getting off of this. Okay, we can replace this with grapefruit juice. We can replace this with cherries, which I was already doing that anyway. But it was just a good thing to finally see a doctor in the industry that was going against the grain, so to speak. And she had a lot of success with it, but then all of a sudden she's gone. And I pretty much know why, because it's very hard for traditional doctors to do something different like that is not traditional. So I appreciate finally finding a doctor that was like that. But now the best advice I can tell you is that your body, in my mother's words, your body gives you signals. If you just pay attention to it. If you put the wrong thing in your body, if you're in the wrong situation, your body will give you little signals and little things to let you know that this is not right for me. It could be something healthy, but it's just not healthy for you. It could be a healthy food that just don't agree with your body, and your body let you know, but you're thinking in your head, just because it's supposed to be healthy, it's on that list, I can do anything. No. According to your blood type, certain things you don't supposed to eat based on your blood type. So we have to learn to be still and be present and listen. Your body lets you know what you need to do. And then based on that and doing research, you can figure out a plan for yourself that really would be beneficial for your body. Exactly. And so I had to learn how to do that. And I had to learn how to do that for my children. I had to learn how to do that for my family. And everybody can. I'm not no rocket scientist. I'm just a regular person, a mom that decided that I wanted something better, and I wasn't going to give up on myself. And that's what I decided to do, and that's what I did. And I'm still continuing to do it. I'm not perfect. And I tell people like this, you see me out and about eating with my friends and family. I do not believe in diet. I believe in moderation. So I do the 80-20 rule, because I do not deprive myself of anything that I want. But if it's not on the good list, I make sure I do it in moderation. So if you see me with a piece of chocolate cake, don't you come for me, because this is my 20, that's my 20%. And I'm going to enjoy my slice of cake. So,
as long as you're paying for it, you might well get what you want.
Yes, and I feel like we deprive ourselves so much, and it set us up for failure. If you take away everything that you enjoy, everything, soon as you hit stress, you're going to reach for it and you're going to overdo it. You're going to overdo it. And so that's why I do not advocate diet. I do not advocate taking away everything. I do advocate being modest, eating things in moderation, making sure you have more healthy and fresh fruits and vegetables than not. But that's how I do it. And so I tell people, yes, I will have a piece of cake if I want it. Yes, I will.
Yeah.
And I don't feel bad about it.
Oh yeah.
For sure. I'm glad you mentioned, one, being still and listening to your body, but also, doing the research that it takes in order for you to make those informed decisions about, the things, the signals that your body is giving to you. Because I think that's one of the challenges a lot of people have, is like, they don't do the research, they don't do the work to try to find out about, medications or foods or natural ways to kind of heal the body before they kind of run out and just kind of start a process of healing one way as opposed to the other. So that's some awesome and some great tips on how to stay, your own advocate, right? So we see in the background, right, something that says Honeypot. Now, what is, slight segue, what is that behind you? I know that you are the owner and founder of Heal the Honeypot. So tell us about that and what that is and how that ties into, what it is you do and your purpose that you're on.
Well, I'm the founder of healthehoneypot.com. That's a one word typed together. I have to say it like that because if you do it any other way, you're not going to find me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's healthehoneypot.com typed all together. And the reason why I call the word honeypot, because FYI, that's what I call my lady parts. That's what I call my lady parts, just in case you want to know. That's some little background information.
I ain't mad at you with the honeypots.
That's what I call mine. So that's why I was on.
Not gonna lie, I wondered that, but I didn't.
Well,
Okay.
don't even worry about
that's what
that.
I call my lady parts.
All
all right. So that's why the name is such, because I'm on a mission to heal the mind, the body, and your honeypots, all natural. Taking food in order to readjust and reset your body to wellness by making sure that we inform you, we educate you, and also we provide you with resources. And then I also have a line of products that I endorse or I promote myself. I have independent stuff, and I also have things that I put up under my label that actually supports, that I actually use in order to provide the resources for ladies. Now, it's my main focal point is ladies and female empowerment. However, my men benefit from what I do as well, because if you have a happy woman, you have a happy life.
Exactly.
So if you are in a relationship,
I ain't mad at you.
and her honeypot not right, you ain't gonna be happy.
Two snaps on that one. Two snaps on that one.
I always try to learn. When she sent me the information, when she sent me the information, I was like, yeah, this is. I'm down for this conversation.
So you are on a mission to heal the honeypot. So I have to ask the question: what are some of the things nowadays that are on the top of the list that are ailing the honeypot? What are some of the things?
There's so many.
Go ahead.
There's so many. For number one, we don't even realize there's a problem. Like for centuries, to be truthfully honest, since women have ever had their first menstrual cycle. So men, don't run away. Don't run away. I'm gonna keep it PG for you. I ain't gonna scare you.
You can, long as you can let it all out.
Listen,
if I have a daughter, I need to know.
Well, to keep it PG, so I don't scare my men away a little bit, and now some of the viewers. Basically, I advocate on menstrual health as well. Not only health and wellness, but in particular menstrual health, because for the simple fact that so many of our women are suffering and they don't realize what we're using. Did y'all know that most of the sanitary napkins and tampons on the market are actually made from recycled garbage, things from a landfill? They're wrapped into toxic plastics, and they give it to us and we use them. And legally, they don't have to disclose what's in the stuff, because all sanitary or feminine hygiene products are listed as a medical device. And when things are listed as a medical device, quote unquote, you do not have to open disclose what's in it or what are you doing with it, because it's a medical device and they have different things to protect that. However, the thing is, the information is out there. They don't hide it from us. They're not hiding it from us, but we don't know to look for it. We don't know it's a problem. So when we're having those infections, when we're having unpleasant odor, when we're having issues like fibroids, endometriosis, infertility issues, a lot of those chemicals like acetones, carcinogens, dioxin has been linked to cancer. Women are having cancer, especially in our cervical area, at an exponential rate. A lot of it is because, my personal opinion, I feel like because we use a lot of toxic-based products, and anything that touch that area or we put on that area absorbs in our system and gets into all of our organs within 26 seconds of touching it or absorbing into our skin and gets into our bloodstream. So we're not paying attention to it because it's so small. The chemicalization is so small that after it builds up over a period of time, we know that we have all these different issues that we occurred, in my personal opinion, because speaking from a woman that had a terrible cycle, and I always watch my health and diet. I don't believe in diet, but I watch what I ate. That's what I say. I watch what I eat. And I still could not, no matter what I did, no matter what herbs or different foods that I use, I could not get rid of the cramps. I could not get rid of the migraines completely. I could not get rid of the excessively long cycles that I had. And then when I switched to this and use something that's going to help my health and wellness, and no chemicals, no toxin, my cycle changed completely. I have no more headaches. I have no more cramps. I have no more long cycles. I went from 7 days to 3 days on my cycle. No unpleasant odor whatsoever that women are usually think is normal, but it's not normal because the products that we usually use are garbage and we don't know it. And so once I understood that, and I knew that as women, we are just misinformed or not informed at all. So that's why I go in, I talk about this. I even break down the pads, the tampons, let them see what's in it. A lot of things have glue in it that is abrasive to the woman, that is really causing a lot of issues, and it's messing with relationships. Our bad situation that we're suffering with our cycle, in essence, mess with our relationships with other women. And also, if we are in a relationship with someone else, it definitely messed that up, because some women are having cycles excessively long, 14, 28 days. How can you have a life of any kind that brings you joy if you are having issues that last that long? Cycles are not supposed to last that long. There are chemicals in some of those things, some of those products that actually encourage you to have longer cycles. We think it's so good that the companies put the sanitary napkins, the tampons, and the pills for your pain, and the chocolate and everything all together, neatly wrapped in the store, right together. They created a cycle because most of those companies actually own shares or own the medication that goes along with the complications incurred with the cycle. So when you start digging and searching, and you start realizing, wait a minute, what's going on? Okay, so I'm spending, let's say I'm spending $6-10 for some sanitary napkins that has 30 in the pack, right? Oh, I'm getting my money's worth. Oh, I'm getting my money's worth. That is so good. That is a good sale. Okay, I'm happy. You go and use it, and they're not holding you. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. So you run it through that many sanitary. That's not normal.
Yeah.
And so we need quality products that support our health and wellness. And I literally went from 30 to 40 pads a month for my cycle to now only using 6 pads a month, because I use quality products that actually support my wellness, that don't even encourage me to have longer cycles, that actually helps my body versus going the other way. And so I educate and I talk with teens and make it fun for them so they won't feel nervous or shy. So I play games with them. I talk about it. I let them see it. I break it up. I let them see what's in it, how it's made, do comparisons so that they can be the next generation that don't have to suffer like us.
Exactly.
That's true.
And
And
also help
how does
women get off that toxic stuff. What's
how
up?
does birth control tie into that? I know a lot of people, a lot of women that I've dated or tried to talk to or whatever, they take birth control that they was like, well, I just had this long extended cycle for this long and then I'm off for whatever. I was like, that can't be healthy for you. So how does that tie into everything else?
Very, very good question. Birth control is something that is given to women. Basically, most of us birth control is not used for its intended purpose. Birth control is supposed to be used for controlling unwanted births, which that's a whole nother topic I ain't gonna jump into. However, what people are using it for is to control the cycle now. So you will notice that many young girls that are 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, that have excessively long cycles, and even women as well, they have been on this stuff for years. Did you know that birth control actually, in some women, cause you to be infertile? It can actually cause you to have blood clots. It can cause you to have mental challenges. A lady that I met, her sister never took birth control pills before, but being that she was going off to college and she had a very, very terrible cycle, she was nervous about how was she going to manage her cycle being off from home that distance for a very first time. So she decided to get birth control. Well, her sister never had any history of mental illness, no history. She started taking the birth control pills and now she's having mental issues. She is a different person. When you read a lot of the side effects, the small print, when you get medicine, you pull out the paper that's folded up real small, you start reading that stuff, you will see that some of that stuff actually can cause you to have a mental unclarity. It can cause you to have psychosis. It can cause you to hallucinate. It can cause you to be more than likely to not your blood not to be able to clot. So it's different things that it can do, and it affects your relationship with other people. So you wonder why she's acting erratic, or why she's acting different, or why she don't want you to hold her, because emotionally them chemicals is throwing her body off. It's throwing her body off. She don't even understand what's going on. She's just thinking, I need to find a way to control my cycle. I'm sick of suffering. And if this is the way that I can do it,
that way to control your cycle is really just pumping or giving the body more hormones.
Too much.
And if you think about how hormones work and how they control various systems and parts of the body, if you're putting a synthetic hormone into the body, now it throws everything off whack. And like she said, to control the cycles, if you have young women that start at 12 and 13 years old and have these terrible products, and then they put these young women on a birth control, it's kind of like compounding the issue. That's why someone like Tina is like so awesome to be out there going into various places and giving this information, because I worked OBGYN for about 17 years, and we would get young women in, and they don't know about their periods. They don't know about their cycles, and they don't know that the fact that they're eating all of these terrible foods are giving them various conditions like PCOS and all of those things that create the heavier cycles, where you can switch up your diet and have control over those things. Like you say, switch up your products and have healing and control over those things as well. So So
Exactly.
thank you
Yeah.
very much, because someone like
Yeah.
you is absolutely needed, because a lot of these, I've seen grown women that come into the OBGYN and they don't know about their body parts, so
No, we
how
don't,
are
because we're not taught to talk about it. When it comes on, think about the conversation you had with your mother, your auntie, your grandmother, whomever raised you. When that came on, what did they do? Hand you some sanitary products and say, listen, this is just how it is. It's part of being a woman. You got to deal with it. If you have cramps, they be like, suck it up. That's just part of it. We don't have that conversation because they didn't get the
true,
conversation. So it's a
And,
true,
generational gap with
true.
information and ashamedness, being ashamed and embarrassed to even bring the topic up.
But I tell you
and
this, my doggone children probably had too much information. I brought
Mine
home
too.
diagrams and, like
and
here
it's
from the doctor's
My
office, this
son knows
goes
everything about
here
the
and
woman.
this right here, and
well,
these are
and
the
the
ovaries, and it
guy should.
comes
I mean,
down. That's how that went. They look at me like, okay, mom.
and I'm gonna get. I mean, I ain't gonna tell the whole story, but I mean, guys should know just as much as ladies should know because of the fact, like, I was in there again. You talking to somebody, they going to get birth control, and they adding out the wazoo, but you have a birth control that's stuck in your arm for like 10 days or something like that. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with you? You went like this 10 days ago. I was like, now I ain't had but one woman in my life growing up. That was my mom. She was the only lady in the house, but she let us know, hey, this is what it is. Just leave me alone. I'm like, oh, got it, gotcha, got it. Cool it. But other than
Uh-huh.
that, so when I finally got a lady friend or whatever, I was like, what is all this about? Mom said something like this is what they go through, and left alone. I was like, well, you can't really get into detail with mom about certain stuff as a guy. So I was like, hey, what is this? Like, what does it, what are the details of this? And she said certain stuff, but then so I was like, that don't sound right. You shouldn't be doing that. I'm like, I don't know myself. I ain't gonna tell you what to do. I ain't your daddy. I ain't paying for it. He paying for it. He like, I'm just gonna say that don't sound right. I left it like that. But I mean, I think it's very important and leave somebody. And now, you said you worked in there about 17 years and so you still doing that. Is it a thing where it's like a socio-economic thing that you think more or less, or you think it's all across different socio-economical backgrounds that women don't know this, or did you see more of it? Because I mean, I see that birth control is being important in more of the places where there are clinics and things of that nature versus I've seen in areas where they just have better
I
better
think
better medical treatment.
I I think it's very much a cycle, right? Because the same issues that plague
Our
a
mothers
group of
and stuff.
people that
Mhm.
are impoverished or things like that are the same things that contribute to the health issues that brings you to a doctor that says, okay, this is how we treat all of these people that come in with these things, so
Mhm.
you
Mm,
have, we could trace one young lady, we could say, she's 13 years old, but her family isn't well to do, so the meal choices probably aren't the best, you know what I
right,
mean? So here she is eating terrible foods, and then now has a problem with her cycles, because that is an issue when young women, when they gain too much weight, right now they have issues with their cycles because now they have the hormone imbalance
Yes.
because of the weight. So
mm,
you take that
Or
young
even
lady to the
underweight
doctor.
and have it.
Exactly. So you bring her to the doctor and you say, okay, she's having her periods now, or heavy periods or irregular cycles and all of those things. And you say, okay, this is the way we treat that. We give them we go ahead and we give birth control to
right,
regulate, because we see that so it's a cycle of things, because it is easier to tell the person who is impoverished, it's easier to say, hey, take this birth control, it's $5 a month pop that,
Mm.
rather than it is to say, okay, let me educate you on how to eat well, on how to exercise. Let's motivate a 13-year-old on how to, to exercise and how to take care of her body. Let's give some quality products. It's cheaper and easier to say, hey, here's some medication, go about your business, because truth be
We
told,
making money.
and
We making money with that though. Yeah, we
Yeah.
making money. If we give you birth control, we making money.
to an extent, yeah,
Yeah,
so um it's a thing, and that's why, it's great to have people out there that are educating, especially the youth. um you said
exactly.
earlier, Tina, that you were out getting some things together for some ladies. Tina is so awesomely humble. But this is what this show is about. You get to come on here and talk about yourself. So
Just sharing
tell-
information now.
Mm.
so yeah, tell us a little bit about, other things that you're doing. Like you said earlier, you were getting some things together for the ladies in the community. Tell us what that's about and what it is that you are up to.
Well, what I was currently doing, because I'm always doing something within the community where I see where there's a need, but what I would just finish wrapping up was collecting, and my company actually donated some of our sanitary napkins to female truckers in the trucker industry, along with some amazing individuals that actually gave me funds to actually help so I can ship the products to them for absolutely free. So my company, healthehoneypot.com, we gave of our products for free, but we still needed them to incur the shipping cost, which was number $2.50 per person. But I really wanted it to be free, be all the way free. And so when I dropped my pride and just made out a post, and people know I'm always doing something, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm doing. My company is actually donating our products for absolutely free. But with someone like donate anything, $1, $2, whatever your heart moves you to do. Well, I was shocked because the overwhelming
Mm.
outpour of how many people actually gave. We was actually able to give 70 plus female truckers free sanitary napkins within the United States, and they did not have to pay anything. Because the donations that
Wow,
other people
that's
gave
good.
covered the shipping, and my company donated our products for free. And when you find out, like these female truckers, the things that they have to go through in a male dominated industry, um, because it wasn't created for a woman. We went into the industry that was male dominated. And so it's certain things that still to this day are not made readily available.
Mm.
Not just for female truckers, but all truckers, men as well. Like they don't have masks, they don't have hand sanitizer. And I'm like, what? You on the front lines
Gloves.
transporting all this stuff and you don't have that, risking your life?
Yep.
So I saw the need and I started just putting out there. I'm like, if I have some people that want to volunteer masks, some people that want to volunteer funds so that we can get this stuff to these ladies for absolutely free, I would greatly appreciate it. So some people donated masks, and then other people donated the shipping costs, and we donated the pass from my company for absolutely free. I am running on like 4 hours of sleep right
Mm.
now because I was up to like 3 a.m. getting those orders in, and I just woke up a little bit before this interview because I crashed. I'm like, oh, I gotta get off for Ray. and so I just saw that I'm assuming that big box on my porch is the mask. So I'll be getting those N95s out to the ladies as well. And so anybody that want to donate or do anything like that, I find the resources. Like last year, my focal point was teens and homeless
Mm.
women that's going through transitional houses. So right now that ran away from domestic violence, a lot of those women left with just the clothes on their back. And so donated different things, sanitary napkins, and also other things like toys, and to make the transition a little bit easier. They
Yeah.
have their children, and it was just seeing that, it just moved my heart because I finally had a face to the word homeless. We hear that
Wow.
name all the
Mm.
time, but we don't ever put faces or see the faces that name is attached to. And these are individuals. They are human beings that just having a hard time. And that could be any one of us at any time. Just because we're up now does not guarantee that we're going to stay up. And what when we want somebody to help us if we having a bad situation? So I'm like, okay, let me figure out how I can help and get some things together. And so that's what I was doing. But when I saw what was going on with the truckers, because I volunteer a lot within their community to make sure they stay happy and healthy. Because, you know, I'm like, listen, you need to stay healthy. It's not just the products, it's your foods. It's like
you bringing our stuff.
Yeah. So I'm happy about that and just wrapped it up. And I'm going on to the next project. I just did like a couple of days of R&R, and then I'm gonna get right back in the trenches again, and I'm gonna see what else I can do. I just did a little bit of R&R to recharge.
We snatched her up tonight, and we absolutely appreciate you doing this. I mean, she literally was like, if I do it, I got to do it tomorrow night because I'm gonna be busy. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I would not want to jump in no place in your busyness, because I see your busyness is absolutely building this world. Oh my goodness, I love when people, you know, to be in the presence of people that are out there just pouring themselves out into this world and making this world a better place. So thank you so much for that.
Tea just to keep me perked up.
You good?
What is that you sipping on? You
My
what is that you sipping on?
My natural energy drink with lemon and peppermint to keep me up, because I'm like, okay. I'm like, I got to be here for you guys, but I'm not gonna let that toxic junk in me.
Just one last thing. I say at the end of the show, I say, you know, given a platform, you know, this can go all over the world. If everyone can hear you, what is something that you want to say? Just some words to live by, some good advice that you want to bless the people with before we let you go tonight.
Well, first, I wanted to thank you all for allowing me to come on your platform. And what I do, I don't look for any kudos for it, because I feel like we all here for a purpose. And this is just simply what I'm supposed to be doing. And just shame on me if I don't do it. And so I look at it as something that I'm supposed to do and that I have to do. So I don't really look for people to give me no kudos. I actually run away from when people are like, let me give you a plaque. I'm like, I don't need no plaque. I say, you need to take them funds and donate so I can give some stuff out to these women and these men. That's what I need. But basically, what I want people, whomever sees this, I want you to be moved in whatever you desire to do. A lot of times we set on our dreams, we set on our mission, we set on what our heart really moving us to do because we're scared and we don't want to take a leap of faith. And we feel like our voices don't need to be heard, or we just a regular person, and because I'm a regular person, and just feel like, well, I just know. I want to encourage and motivate whatever it is that you're passionate about. I want you to do it. And anybody that's watching me that would like to support what we do here at healthehoneypot.com, or would like to buy any of our feminine hygiene products or whatever we offer in the natural realm, I would greatly appreciate it, but you don't have to. What I definitely want you to do is just share the information. True health is wealth. I mean, true wealth is health. And once we get our health in order, we can do anything we want. A lot of people, they're rich, but their health is in the toilet. I guarantee they give all their money in order to have one more day of life. So let's be proactive with doing it now so that we won't have to suffer later. And if you don't remember anything else, remember that you can heal your body. Change your mind, you can heal your body. And you know I'm talking about them honey pots. You can heal them, ladies. You can heal them. Yeah, so that's all. And I like to make you laugh too.
I love it. I love it. You're so welcome, Ms. Tina. We're going to do the outro. You know, you guys, you are listening to WRUU-LP, Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 FM. WRUU.org. We are Savannah Soundings Community Radio with Global Soul. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We look forward to seeing you guys on next Friday, right? Same time, same place, 5 o'clock.
Might not be here. Might not be here.
Here we go. Here we go.
The SSU Indie Film Festival will be going on next Friday.
Let me get offline first before.
Let the people know. They gotta know that the SSU Indie Film Festival. You know, we done with the radio stuff. We promote our own stuff.
Yeah, that is true. Go ahead.
This is let's see what my friends are. Let's go come and let them know. They can watch both of them.
I tie in virtual.
Well, yeah, the virtual SSU Indie Film Festival will be next week, May the 6th and 7th, and with the nomination ceremony on the 8th. And you can tune in on the SSU Indie Film Fest Facebook page. So, thank you.
Well, that's my ticket.
There you go. It's free.
For sure. I gotta find that link. I gotta find that link and share it. I gotta check it out, definitely. And
what food?
Check it out myself.
What food, Miss Tina, helps with the honeypot?
Anything that is fresh. You want it fresh with less. You don't want any pesticides and herbicides if possible. But like pineapple, melon, cherries, cranberries. You need to stay. I know people gonna get mad, but you don't need to have too much of that red meat.
There you go.
Water.
And water. You need, and also making you some smoothies that have a combination of all that in it. Make it taste good. I tell people I sweeten my foods with like organic honey that's indigenous to my area, like South Carolina, so that I can build up natural immunities to the pollen. So I won't have all the different allergies real bad. And so I tell anybody, if you're going to do honey, try to get local honey from your area, because it'll help you build that natural immunity so you won't be all nasally all year round. And I like to use dates. Dates is a natural.
What does a date taste like?
Sweetens your fruit. It would taste so good. And you will not even need anything else. You drop like 2 dates inside of it. You will be like, wow, like what? This thing tastes good.
I can
the squash and stuff.
I know you're being so serious, but I just made so much ill stuff going on in my mind when you said that.
For real?
You said 2 dates, and I make it sound good. If you take it like real flesh, like 2 dates, and I make it taste good, you like, wait a minute. And I'm gonna use that as a line. I'll take it 2 dates with me, baby. I'll make you take it. You know what? Don't see.
I'm talking about the fruit.
I know, but it just I was like, wait a minute, 2 dates.
Yeah, but see, that's not in our regular vocabulary. Too many people don't talk about it. Too many people don't talk about dates. They're like, what's that? And I'm like, girl, it is so good. It's like a natural.
I heard of it. I don't even know if I've seen a date in the store, to be honest.
Oh, it's in there. You just ain't been paying attention. It's in there. It's in there.
What is it next to? What
it kind of looks like a prune. It looks like a prune. Kind of.
Yeah, it's like a fatter.
Maybe they have, but do they have it sitting next to the prunes and stuff? Because like every time I walk by, I've seen. I have to look real hard next time. I don't think I've seen it. Now, I've heard of them. I probably had one day.
Because you'll mess around and eat the seed. You get it without the seed. Now you can't just go gobble it up if it has it. You get yours with no seed, because I want you to
break all your teeth.
No, I see here. I eat fruit on often. I was like, I just don't think I have seen one. I'm pretty sure I've had one.
You're probably overlooking it because it's not like a real bright, pretty, grab your eye fruit. It's not like a bright red or a bright orange or green. It's like
and the store might have had the label wrong.
And it's wrinkled. It looked like a prune.
I would say if you said it looked like a prune. Now I've seen prunes in the store, which is crazy. And I was like, why the heck did they have prunes? And like, who would want this? But I mean, some people do want them and need them.
Because it keeps you regular. That's why the prunes in there.
Now I was like, now I see why raisins miss people. I was like, sometimes eat just grapes. But we ain't gonna get into meat because we still on YouTube Live. I don't need people to know my stuff. Let me stop. I'm regular. Let me stop. I go regular. But I mean, I like
me
having
here. I'm just
conversation.
trying to get all the
To a whole
business.
nother level.
Yeah, I mean, but 2 dates and it tastes good. Okay,
Oh yeah.
Queen, write that in the movie.
If you're dangerous, you'll do 3.
Ooh.
Let me stop my playing. Let me stop encouraging you. Let me stop encouraging
No,
you.
exactly. It's Friday night and they open Georgia back up.
That's right.
Oh mercy.
Yeah.
See, y'all. See, you know I'm operating on a little bit of sleeping. You see how you did me. See how you did me. Okay.
But I was just like, that just 2 dates and they make it taste good. I'm like, that's just
Goodbye. You doing
wait,
so good. You were doing so good.
I